In a dramatic episode of Married at First Sight, a husband's sexual lie triggers a series of revelations from the other couples, which causes conflict and arguments during the vows. The experts step in, questioning the sincerity of partnerships and forcing couples to face their own emotions as secrets come to light and accusations fly. The episode concludes in unexpected decisions and a cliffhanger finale, with viewers eagerly awaiting the next steps in the couple's travels. It begins with unexpected revelations and emotional upheaval. Married at First Sight dilemma sparked by husband's sex deception. On Sunday night, a sex lie starts a chain of events that lead to a series of confessions and turns the Married at First Sight freaks against one another. The show concludes with the experts losing their cool and effectively informing one of the husbands he's merely a virgin who can't drive. This is the season's first commitment ceremony. Everyone is familiar with the routine. The couples write a stay or leave on a flashcard while seated on a couch in front of the experts, mostly so that we can assess their handwriting. We won't see them again if they both quit, unless we become one of their only fans. However, if one writes a leave and the other puts a stay, the person who wishes to leave the marriage is forcibly kept there against their will for an additional week, during which time we all yell at the TV, "Ya trapped." A great game for the whole family to play. The MVP of the show, Lauren, offers some astute remarks as she enters the ceremony. She says, "I see everything. Even though one of my eyes is lazy, I can see everything because the other eye is going in the same direction as mine." The other members of the MAFS cast ought to be terrified of Lauren's sloppy gaze. Byron, hippie Lucinda, and depressed Timothy come first. He lumbers up to the couch like Winnie the Pooh's Eeyore, while she hovers in like an airy angel. This week has been really challenging. Lucinda is a goddess of sex. Timothy, too? He is afraid of women. It appears as though the experts intentionally did this. When discussing her everyday struggle with sex rejection, Lucinda purrs to the experts, "I don't want to thrust myself upon him. I wish not to be taken into custody here. Just putting my all into this poor man, even if he doesn't deserve it. It's a dance, then. It's a dance." To be honest, Lucinda, the Married at First Sight bunker offers protection from the law. Go ahead and thrust. Not everyone can identify with Lucinda's hardships. Ask Lauren, please. I can attest to us having had sex. She explains her passionate night with her husband Jonathan to the group in a helpful manner, saying, "It was the second the doors closed and the producers left." The old couple then had to outdo everyone. Grandpa Richard describes his sexual routine as 2 to 4 times a day, every day, before regaling us with a tale from bygone eras. Jack, the bedroom beast who defines himself as a cross between Tarzan and that kinky businessman from 50 Shades of Grey, is someone who ought to be enjoying all this talk about sex. But he seems a little evasive. He rehashes the story involving his ex-girlfriend, who says he broke up with her and lied about relocating overseas only so he could be accepted into this prestigious school, as soon as he and his wife Tori sit down to talk. Jack maintains, "I ended that relationship as respectfully as I could. We are not in doubt. But just to be clear, when was the last time you dumped her with grace?" "It was 6 or 7 weeks ago," he stammers. "It's been maybe 7 or 8 weeks. 7 or 8 weeks. Or 9 or 8. We would want to direct our inquiries to the specialists of the show because we have some questions about this timetable." Jack is informed by John Aiken that his math is incorrect when he takes out his calculator. "Did that occur before or after our meeting?" John questions Jack about their split. Jack becomes combative. He snarls, "You do the calculations." "Yes, John. It's you who holds the medical degree. As everyone knows, PTs can only count to 10. Jack is just one of them. They simply keep shouting, "Yeah, come on. Just one more, just one more. Yes, no ice. While you were seeing someone else, were you completing assessments with us?" John queries. Jack acts as though he's thinking. "I suppose. Yes, I might have been," he falters. "Indeed. Indeed. Assuming that is accurate. Indeed. Whoa. You got it. This bozo's own ponytail is tripping him like an adrenaline surge. You're welcome, Tori. Do you want to dump him right now and call it quits? She shrugs and says, no. What? To be completely honest, I couldn't care less, she says, supporting her partner. Now, why in the world are we wasting time discussing this? Lauren now begins to serve a plus reactionary cutaway shots at this point. The specialists aren't giving up on destroying Jack. So they make the decision to expose him with some sex talk. The pair hasn't finalized their agreement, after all. While Jack openly admitted to producers during his honeymoon that he isn't sexually attracted to his wife, Tori believes they're waiting for something extraordinary. The experts could have simply brought in a TV and played this footage, but instead they choose to subject us all to agony by conducting a drawn-out interview. I believe she is stunning. However, Tori's sexual spark burns slowly. Jack adds, the sex will come, making an effort to come across as a compassionate, modern man. Timothy, a depressed person, then murmurs something from the couch. He sneers, I'm calling bullshit on them. This whole slow burn thing doesn't add up. The old man then leaps in and gives the air a shake of his walking stick. Actually, though. Would you sleep with your partner on the first night, was the topic of discussion on Buck's night? You said, no way, I'd take my time, Jack. Tim responded, I would, first night. Jack's sexual deception unexpectedly triggered a series of events that revealed Timothy's deception. In other words, Timothy has been using his act of being a sexist jerk to avoid having sex with Lucinda. Or perhaps he was just trying to impress the boys by pretending to be a horn dog on Buck's night. In any case, the sex lies in this episode are terrible. Sex goddess Lucinda is in shock. She starts working right away, calling on the spirits and enchanting her spouse. The experts are primed and ready for a showdown when Natalie and Collins finally settle down on the couch. Collins believes he can fool them with his false chuckle and lousy acting, of course. I made an attempt. I have, indeed. He begs the professionals with his signature hammy tone. Natalie, who always seems to be on the point of tears, claims that her husband has been ignoring her and asks why she is wasting her time on this project, especially after her father passed away only a few weeks ago. Collins grabs the chance and says that he hasn't been attempting to get close to Natalie because of her loss. John Aiken laughs. He starts to continue, grief aside, to the best of her ability, she has been present, but Collins cuts him off. Sorry, you just said to set aside your grievances. Collins objects, I don't agree with you, I'm sorry if we're being honest, to the collective groans. I apologize, but you can't just set aside your sadness. John, let me tell you something. Asking Collins to enumerate the ways in which he has attempted to make his wife feel special, Aiken leaps in. Collins begins spitting out a series of rehearsed lines, hoping for a viral moment. No, I apologize, I was seeking your counsel. How should I proceed? You inform me. Nah. I apologize. Aiken reclines in his chair and muses on whether Scotty Cam really needs to put up with this much silliness from the blockheads. I'm not here to give you instructions. John gives a sigh. Collins keeps trying to get a fiery scene for the promotional advertisements. You know what? Are you not here to offer me guidance? He fires back. At this moment, John Aiken loses his nerve and practically imitates the scene from Clueless where Alicia Silverstone is told by Brittany Murphy's character that she is merely a virgin who is incapable of driving. Let me be crystal clear about this. You don't think you've ever been in a relationship before? John cuts. Collins takes a swallow. It's being damaged now that he came on this show to change his image from geek to guy. John gives him a defiant look. He remarks, you are speaking to me like an authority. Then he has Collins enumerate his favorite aspects of Nat. I feel great, mate. Ha! He feigns laughter. She's entertaining. A very good woman. She has a golden heart. She is incredibly pure, don't you think? The specialists wince. John remarks, it sounds like you're describing your mother. Natalie can't wait to leave this place. Showing her card, she says, "Leave." Collins intensifies his poor performance. He sobs, "I'm completely heartbroken. I've never heard Nat say he doesn't trust me before. How should I proceed?" With his card out, he says, "Stay." We yell at the TV screen, "Ya trapped." With her husband's phony laugh serving as the soundtrack, Natalie looks at her feet, fearing another week of misery. Subscribe to our channel to receive more updates and news.